All right, so let's discuss what is worldview. Well, the first thing we have to understand is that everyone has a worldview. Whether you've thought about these things or not, you actually do have, and everyone has, beliefs about these things that comprise a worldview. Typically, people get their worldview from media, movies and television, sometimes books. Other times, and especially in the modern era, we're now seeing elementary school, middle school, and high school are designed to impart students with a relativistic, which means there is no truth, amoralistic, there's no such thing as good and evil, there's no such thing as right and wrong, and atheistic, there is no God, or at least agnostic, you can't know, type of worldview. For example, when I went to Durham School of the Arts and I asked a class, is the Holocaust evil? Is it wrong morally? And the class had maybe about 5, 6 Christians in it. The rest were non-Christians. Every single person in the class told me the Holocaust is not evil. We cannot judge them. And guess who led the charge saying the Holocaust wasn't evil? The Christians. The Christians in the classroom. That was who raised their hand quickest and said, no, we can't say that's evil. Now the teacher looked shocked and said to me, that's just what we teach them here. Yeah, I understand. People who think the public education system is not shaping the children are woefully ignorant of the reality of what's going on. They're teaching a godlessness. They're teaching amorality. In other words, there is no good and evil. And they're teaching relativism. There is no truth. So we have to understand we're getting a worldview from somewhere. Now, what are the main components of a worldview? Well, there's a lot of ways to split it up. But these 4 questions that I'm about to share with you form the core of a worldview. 1, what is the origin of mankind? Okay, so that's a key question we have to ask. And we're going to discuss that in the creation part of our talk. The second question is, what counts as knowledge? In other words, how do you know things? What counts as knowledge? You see, a lot of the atheistic scientists say, well, we gain knowledge from examining the world. Philosophers might say we gain knowledge from reason. Christians, hopefully, would say we gain knowledge from special revelation, first and foremost. So there's different answers. Third question, what is of value? This includes good and evil, considerations of good and evil, of beautiful and ugly. And I mean that in terms of aesthetic. And not necessarily, the truly like, oh, I happen to prefer this taste over that taste, but the truly beautiful versus the truly horrific. Okay. And the fourth question is, what is mankind's destiny? Where are we going? And one could ask or add a fifth question, who is or what is God, if there is one? And what is his purpose and will? And I would argue that you can put that as a fifth question. And we're going to address all of these. All right, so that's the basics of a worldview.